everyone, it's Aisha and welcome back to my channel. So this has been a really exciting time for those people who have been watching the SBA EIDL grant process. Things are really in motion and a lot of people have been receiving their emails from the SBA saying that they can move forward with their application. And sorry it took so long for me to make this update video. I wanted to see the application for myself before I provided any information. So I've actually received an application as well, so I can talk through exactly what the application entails and any important information you need to know to move forward. So if you haven't watched any of my previous videos on the SBA EIDL grant, it's important to know this is round 2 of the funding, and the SBA is now reaching out to people to apply, and the people they are reaching out to first, who are in the first priority group, are people who applied last year before funds ran out and received only a partial amount of that $10,000 grant. Since most people were eligible up to $10,000 and they only received partial funds, this group of people are now first in line for the SBA to target. They announced a couple weeks ago that they were going to be reaching out to this group, so there is no proactive applying. If you're in this pool, you'll be receiving an email from them, and just keep an eye out for any potential scams or phishing emails that might try to send an email as the SBA. Looking for that .gov will help you avoid any issues. And remember, these emails are reaching out for you to apply and for them to verify your eligibility. Just because you're receiving the email does not mean you're automatically getting the $10,000. There is an application process to make sure that you meet the requirements for these targeted EIDL funds. So what does the application entail and what do you need to verify? Well, let's jump into that right now. Once you follow the link for the application, in the SBA email, you'll first be prompted to verify your SSN or the TIN you used when you applied for your business. That first page also just includes some initial information about the program. The second page is a yes/no eligibility questionnaire. This is them collecting information on you and your business. So it asks questions like, how many employees do you have? What type of business are you operating? And how do you make your money? As well as some general legal questions. So this page is helping verify that you are eligible to move forward with the application. That third page will have information that is pre-filled, and that is from your initial application from 2020. So you have to make sure that you are verifying this information and make sure it's correct, because there are no redos with this application. I actually found an error in mine and it would have affected my eligibility. I would have not have been eligible for these funds at all. So make sure that you're going through this information and double check that everything is correct. This is especially true for your banking information. If they don't have the proper wire information, they will not be able to send you the funds. So again, just double check everything and make sure it's right. So the fourth and final page is where you have to provide those gross monthly receipts for revenue from 2019 through the most current month in 2021. We've talked about this in previous videos. This is how they're determining the eligibility for your business to receive these funds. If you didn't know, one of the stipulations to receive these funds is that your business had a reduction of 30% or more in revenue from a period in 2020 compared to a period in 2019. So by showing these receipts from January 2019 through January 2021, this is how they're going to be able to see if you're eligible for the funds. The fields are all red until you fill them out, and then they turn green. And if you have a month where you did not have revenue, do not leave it blank. You will not be able to submit your application. Just put a 0 instead. Once you've filled out all the information, you'll be prompted to submit your application. Overall, the application takes about 30 minutes in total, as long as you are able to access your receipts pretty quickly. I have them all saved. So it was a pretty easy process for me to transfer them over to that last page. And I said this once, but I'll say it again. It's super important that you get all this information right on the first try, because the SBA says it's very highly unlikely that they will be reconsidering applications after you submit the information. They have really limited funds and they have a lot of people waiting to apply and receive funds, so they won't have time to go back and reconsider applications if you have to resubmit information. Because right now we are in the first priority group. Again, these are people who applied and didn't receive funds the next time, but once they move through the first priority group, they will be moving on to other groups of individuals. And so to lessen the waiting time for people who want these funds, they have to continue moving forward. On the application, they said that they are working toward a 21-day window. So once you submit your information, they are hoping to have an answer to you whether you are accepted or declined for the funds within 21 days. Again, this isn't set in stone just because it depends on volume of applications as well as how fast that they have to get through them and verify all the information, but they said 21 days is their best guess. And the SBA releases new information regarding the EIDL grant and loan every day, so be sure to stay tuned for any future updates. I'll continue to keep you guys updated as I have more information, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to stay notified of all the newest updates from the SBA. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.